It's my job. All right, let's do this.
Oh, you think you've seen filthy rides before, huh? This 2015 Nissan NV3500 takes filthy rides to a whole new level. Welcome to episode 5.
Hey, I'm Griff with Simple Green. Today we are cleaning this giant family van. We're going beyond the minivan here because this is a 14-passenger van. We're gonna be cleaning up things like slime, grease, melted ice cream. We have basically every type of food wrapper that you can find in a car in this car right now. This is beyond anything that we've ever cleaned before. And what's funny is that the family that owns this van saw our show, watched all the episodes together, and we're basically like, yeah, these cars got nothing on us. So we're gonna have slow motion extraction. We're gonna have all those close-ups of this disgusting cleaning up, but I'm worried that we're gonna run out of time today. So we gotta get going. Man. I know that we deal with a lot of dirt and grime on this show, but the amount of junk that I found in this car is unparalleled. Whole pieces of food, a bag of water balloons that were filled, like you'd fill a bag of water balloons to go play with your kids. What I hope is iced tea, but I didn't open it. And my nemesis, which is the cup holder. This is just an accumulation. It's where rotten food goes to die. Well, you guys can stay and clean this car because I found my ball and I'm going home. As I start vacuuming the carpet, I'm using the upholstery brush, pulling plastic pieces out just to give myself access to all parts of the carpet, and using a detail brush and the nozzle wand on my shop vac to be able to get down into all of these crevices where the seats click in. So now we have the seats out of the car and we're gonna tackle all these stains, and I can't get over the variety of filth on this car seat. This was told to us by the owner that this is slime, so we'll see how well that handles. And then we got some mix of food stuff here, perhaps cotton candy that melted, I'm not really sure. And this looks like rust mixed with boogers and, I don't know, nachos. Here's the tools that we're using to tackle these messes today. We got our shop vac that you saw earlier. Super important that you get a wet dry vac because there's gonna be a mix of messes that we're trying to deal with, and you don't always wanna use your extractor wand to be dealing with some of this mess. So I went to the local hardware store and got a extractor, but the cool thing about this is that this extractor is designed for upholstery cleaning. So it's just the wand, and it's really affordable to rent. Then we have our drill brushes. Then we have our diluted Simple Green all-purpose cleaner. I'm gonna be jumping back and forth between diluted Simple Green and full-strength Simple Green, depending on what messes I'm dealing with, balancing that out depending on the severity of the stains. But we gotta get these seats clean so that they have time to dry. Starting on the seat, I had no idea whether this slime would come out. I started by vacuuming the seat, getting as much dirt off of the surface as possible, and then just going section by section, trying to get each stain out as like its own individual project. Using the drill brushes saves me a lot of time and effort, but I found that I wasn't really able to get a lot of pressure to be able to get this slime out. I ended up using a stiff bristled brush and full strength Simple Green to get through layer by layer by layer by layer, and you could see it starting to come out. I just had to be persistent in order to get that stain out. This rust looking stain came out beautifully. I was so happy with how well it came out. And it really was just loosening it up, breaking down that stain with a simple green, and then using the water from the extractor to suck it up. One thing that I noticed is that even if there wasn't a stain, there was still a lot of dark water, like muddy water coming out from the extractor. Whether there's a visible stain or not, you're getting a lot of dirt and grime out of the cushions every time you do this cleaning process. Once I got the seats clean, I realized that the seat belts were just horrible. Most seat belts in cars get pretty grimy. A lot of oils from our fingers attract dirt, and it just holds on to that nylon material. Adding water from the extractor, hitting it with simple green, loosening it up with the scrub brush, and then wiping it clean with a wet microfiber cloth, and just doing it a couple of times. Once the seats were done, I left them in the sun to dry and moved on to that center console, that monstrous center console, which was just coated in food grime. There was no way I was going to get this clean without using the drill brushes and full strength simple green. It was just kind of baked on from sitting in a hot car. You can see here I'd have to loosen everything up with the simple green and the drill brushes and then vacuum it up with the shop vac and then hit it again with water and go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. The white drill brushes are for upholstery and like carpet, and then the green ones are more for, they're a little stiffer, so it helped me when I was cleaning out this cup holder to be able to use a more stiff brush. I moved on to the floor mats, which to my delight were rubber without those fibers for the stains to hold on to. Simple Green just eats through all of these messes and made really quick work. After the floor mats, I moved on to the plastic pieces that I'd pulled out of the car. It's surprising how years of foot traffic makes for more work than meets the eye. Moving under the door and all the plastic pieces in the car, I went back to the softer drill brushes so that I wasn't damaging the dashboard and those kind of things. Every time we clean one of these handles, it surprises me how disgusting they are. I mean, I know that you grab it every time you get in and out of the car, but they're so easy to clean. Watch how the Simple Green just melts this away. It's so gross and satisfying. Okay, things are moving along really nicely in this cleanup, but when we got to the headliner, we realized that there's some damage in certain areas. You can kind of see this is kind of pelling away. This is what it should look like, but there's a big section near the front that looks that's looking like this. So we're gonna avoid cleaning the headliner on this job. Headliners are really sensitive, and we don't want to further damage it by degrading the glue or anything that's on the backing of this material. So we're gonna move on and finish up the plastic pieces and then get this carpet cleaned. Then once I was done with the dashboard area, I moved on to the back seat and all those just wall of plastic that they had where, I don't know what this was, watermelon vomit from episode 1. One of the things that would make this job a lot easier is if you make a mess, you clean it up. Ever think about that? Hitting each section with Simple Green, scrubbing it if necessary, and wiping it down with a damp microfiber cloth and a dry microfiber cloth. Once I was done with all the plastic pieces, I tackled the carpet. The main thing with the carpet was how big it was. This is just a huge car. But there were some pockets of stains here and there that I had to go over. Hitting those stains, sometimes I would bring out the full strength Simple Green to let those stains loosen up a little bit better. This middle section, honestly, it feels like it was just protected by all the trash because it really just felt more like regular dirt and grime, like foot traffic. on some of these older cars, we're dealing with really old stains, and that's why we need to use so much water. On a regular detailing, you wouldn't need nearly the amount of water that we use. I think I pushed my luck as far as I could on using a hose inside the car. I'd been thinking about getting one of those pump sprayers just to kind of control the amount of water that I'm putting on the carpet a little bit better, and then I did this. I'm so
No problem. You good?
Did I get the lens?
I think so.
We'll be moving on to a pump sprayer from now on. The biggest stain that I had to deal with in the car was dried paint in the carpet. And I don't normally feel super confident about getting dried paint out. So I started hitting it with the regular diluted simple green and just kind of busting down through those layers as I was cleaning the back, not really sure whether it was going to come all the way out or not. But through determination, I guess, the iron will of cleaning, I was able to get it out. And what I noticed is that it was kind of coming out layer by layer, kind of like the slime. So I just kept at it, and I would use the drill brush and I would use the stiff nylon brush and just really scrub the heck out of that area and pull it up layer by layer by layer. I feel like I used a lot more elbow grease on this project than ever before. And voila, I got dried paint out of the carpet. Emptying the extractor tank is always so gross and so satisfying. And done. Check out what we were able to do with this car. This family destroyed this vehicle, and we got basically everything out. Slime in the seats. I've never tried to clean out slime before. Paint drips in the back. That took a little bit of extra finagling, but I got that out of the carpet. We were able to get all of the food grime off of literally every surface, particularly in the front, like the cup holders, the steering wheel, all the plastic surfaces, that horrible, what looked like watermelon vomit on the plastic seat or the plastic area right behind me. Check out the amount of trash that we took out of the car. This is the most trash that I've ever taken out of any one vehicle. Now, granted, this is a really big vehicle, but still, it's overwhelming the amount of trash that we were able to pull out of here. But this family isn't gonna recognize the car when they get it back. I'm super, super proud of the work we've done. Have you subscribed yet? Huh? What do I gotta do to make you subscribe to the Simple Green YouTube channel? How far do I have to go? All right, hit that like button, subscribe to the Simple Green YouTube channel so you don't miss another episode of Filthy Rides, and we'll see you next time.